Okay, I want to welcome everyone out to our Plan Commission meeting for Thursday, August 16th. All right, let's go ahead and do our Pledge of Allegiance by Wendy. Okay. Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, so we do have a full quorum tonight to make any motions. And if we can go ahead and have approval for the minutes on May 17th, 2018. Oh. You guys are messing up my list here.
Sorry about that.
It's okay. So we are just doing the approval for the minutes, May 17th, 2018.
Motion to approve minutes for May 17th, 2018.
Okay, a motion by Chris.
Second.
Second by Lauren. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, and those are approved. Okay, any conflicts of interest for any of tonight's items? Okay, we will just go right into 2.1. Just so everyone is aware, every item that we have on for tonight is going to be a public hearing. Let me just go over a few things. The purpose of public comment is to allow citizens to address items on the agenda. Citizens requesting to address the commission will be asked to complete a written comment form and present it to Wendy Thorpe, Deputy Recorder. In general, the chair will allow an individual 3 minutes to address the commission. A spokesperson recognized as representing a group in attendance may be allowed up to 5 minutes, and this applies to all public hearings. Okay, so item 2.1, this is a preliminary plat approval for 44 lot subdivision. Bryn? Hi.
Hi. All right. So this is, as you said, preliminary plat for 44 lots. The property is located at about 129 South, 6,000 West. The property was rezoned last year by the City Council. And you can see the new zoning here, the R110. And they had a ZC put on of 2.2 units per acre. So a zoning condition on that property of 2.2 units per acre. So this is the layout. Again, 44 lots, which includes a few of the existing homes into the subdivision along 6,000. Again, that shows you the existing homes there. Silver Sky on the north side is built, so they'll be connecting to that, and then connecting to 129 on the south side. And this again just shows you the zoning with the density. So the R110, they had a zoning condition of 2.2 units per acre, 8.25. You can see their density there, and so that's how they arrived at the 44 units, which is what they have, the 44 lots. And then some pictures of the property. And then the staff requirements. So again, this is on for public hearing. We have been through DRC with them. They did have a neighborhood meeting in June, had pretty good attendance at that. And you've got those minutes in your packet. Any other questions for me?
Okay, all right, is the applicant here tonight? If you wouldn't mind coming up and stating your name for the record.
My name's Jerry Walker, 12806 South, 6,000 West in Herriman. We've been going through this for almost 3 years now. And we're hoping we're finally at the culmination. We think we've worked something out really well with what's surrounding and also with what staff recommended. There were a couple of things that we weren't able to do. We didn't really want to hook the road straight across into Sky Drive or across Sky Drive, but we needed to. Engineering required that. But I think we've got a good subdivision that doesn't allow straight throughput, so it's not going to become just another roadway for the kids going to the high school. It's a destination that you're only going to go there if you live there. There was some confusion. I saw that there was a letter that talked about several things. It talked about 36 lots, and 36 lots was what we were looking to add. We actually only added 34 to what we already have. Also, it talked about the confusion over the acreage of 14, 18, and 20. The difference is 14 what we want to sell, 18 that we had to rezone, 20 for the total. And so that's how those lay out. So it's confusing if you haven't been sitting in all the meetings that I've sat through, countless meetings with staff and numerous public hearings, and also the meeting that we had. The only concerns that came from that meeting are the normal 60th West needs, there are traffic problems on 60th West when the high school lets in and gets out. We know that, but I can't fix that. I know the city's looking at fixing that in the next, I think only 2 years now. They're looking at redoing that, and that should help a little bit. So there are some things that still need to be ironed out to the final plat. We're going to leave that to the engineers to go through and get that all. We agree with everything that's in the letter that they sent out, that the staff sent out. We know those things have to be taken care of. What we as a family wanted to do was get it to this point before we turn it over before we sell. Because we live there, we wanted to have control over what goes in there. We didn't want to just sell it to a developer and have them come in and put, 4 houses an acre, or even try duplexes or anything like that. We live there, we want it to be nice. We've got several buyers interested, more by the day, but only a couple that we really like that will do it the way we want it done, because again, we live there, we're there from the long haul. We've been there for almost 200 years now, and we'll be there for the foreseeable future. There's 3 generations that live there now, and soon to be a 4th, so we're there for a long time.
Okay. Any questions for Jerry?
Not right now.
All right. You can go ahead and take a seat for now. Thanks, Jerry. Okay, so this is on for a public hearing. Anyone wishing to make comment, please fill out the form and then come to the mic and state your name for the record. Okay, we will go ahead and close the public hearing on this item.
Hold on.
Oh.
Hold on.
Yeah, we're on 2.1, the proposed 44 lot.
You can fill out the form after if you want to come up and speak, and then just turn it in after you've spoken.
So, just state my name, I guess, or?
Yeah, state your name.
My name's Joe Stagel. I live directly across Lot 1. For the most part, it's pretty good. The reason that we moved into this area is we like the lot sizes, and we feel that they should comply with the size of lot that is throughout the entire area. I'm glad to hear that he's not just going to sell it to any developer that comes in, because there's quite a few that will just cram as many houses as they can on the lot. That being said, I mean, kind of looked it over. I don't know, maybe if we could, I don't know if there's any way to adjust it, maybe to only do 2 lots, make them the half acre like we have, so that the values when we built our house could be similar, and they will kind of keep the area to how we thought it would be when we moved there. I think that's all. And I was gonna say, well, thank you.
All right, thank you. Are those quarter and thirds? 1 through 4?
The proposed lots or the existing lots?
Yeah. On 1 through 4, is it, looks like it's over a quarter and third lot and 3rd acres?
Yeah, quarters.
Just to go with the quarters, I think.
Yeah, a little bigger.
Okay.
Yeah, a little bigger than quarters. One of them's third. 0.27, 0.28.
Okay. 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 Any other comments before? Okay, so we will go ahead and close the public hearing on item 2.1. Okay. Any discussion?
So I have a couple questions for Jerry now. I wanted to see what the public said before, so if you don't mind, Jerry. What is your plan to do, right, the flag lot that's kind of in the center of your development? What is your plan to do along the right
Nothing.
of way there? Is there a fence there now?
Yeah.
There's a vinyl fence right there?
Oh, yes, there's a
Where the
fence
road will
across
go?
the back.
Across the back?
Yeah.
Okay, because that's one thing I would like, personally, I'd like to, since there will be park strip right there, we need to address that, and it will be kind of a no man's
That's
land.
already that's part of the list.
I didn't see it.
It may not be part of that list, but it was part of
It was in the DRC.
the DRC that they sent before, that we have to resolve that. Somebody will take care of that.
Okay, all right.
It may be me, but somebody will take care of it.
I just want to add it to the motion, so I just was curious.
What's that?
I just was gonna put it in part of the contingent of the requirement. I know it's in the DRC,
Yeah.
but it needs to be actually attached to the requirements. Okay, thank you.
And then under the recommendations, I actually noticed there's 13 because there's 2 number 1s and 2 number 2s.
Yeah, I
So-
was hoping you guys didn't notice that. I appreciate that.
So whoever makes the motion, I just wanted to put that out there, that there's actually 13 and not 11.
We've been working this one for a long time, so it
Yeah.
makes sense to me.
Okay.
I just think we need to have the park strip behind that addressed. So
And we do, again, we do reference the DRC comments in the letter, so instead of kind of restating everything engineering put in their DRC comments, the requirement, the number 1 requirement just says you have to meet all those the comments from the DRC letter. And they did talk about, is that lot 34?
the first number 1, is that what everybody's saying? That's what Andy's saying over here?
The first,
Sorry.
he talks about it in the DRC comments.
Because we don't have those in our,
They're in your packet.
oh, there they are.
There.
Never
Yeah.
mind, I found them now.
And that's the only question I have, and since John's sitting right there, I'm gonna ask this, is usually we always like to put that kind of stuff in the recommendation. You always say, if you wanna require it, spell it out, and so that's all I'm trying to say is, which way do we do? Because it doesn't even reference what date the DRC is held, so, I mean, you could in theory have many DRC, I'm just saying, in reality,
I have done a number of projects where I would refer to, like in this case, the DRC notes.
Okay.
And that is a condition of approval that they comply with those.
okay.
I'm very comfortable administrating that and making sure that's enforceable.
I'm okay either way, I just, usually we kind of get told to put it in there, so that's what I'm trying to understand which way we want to transition, and I'm looking at John and he's kind of leaning back. So what do you think, John?
We'll talk to John about it. You want to say something, John?
Well, if we're going to make a motion, I need to know which way to say it.
Well, I'd specifically refer to the DRC. I mean, the problem you have is you got to look 3 or 4 places for all the,
Correct, that's why I didn't catch
Conditions.
it, so.
and it possibly you. I'd make reference to the date and have them attach it then.
Okay.
There's quite a few other comments on that DRC.
Yeah,
list.
looking at
It's
it
not
now,
even- Yeah,
and that's where I kind of,
yeah.
when I was looking at it earlier, I didn't know which way. I know it was referenced that way, so I was just curious. Does anyone else have any comments? If not, I'm ready to make a motion.
Any other comments?
Yeah, just one other. So There's installed 6-foot vinyl fence along the west property line and on the south side of lots 14, 15, 16. Isn't the west side along 6,000 and that's all fronted?
On the west side over here,
Oh, west side, not east
West,
side. Yeah,
not
yeah. Okay, got it.
just on the bottom of these lots here.
Yep, all right. And the flag lot's already existing, correct?
The flag that's already existing was platted a while ago, yeah.
Yeah, that's
so
what I thought.
it's- yeah.
All right. Nope, I'm good. Just misdirection.
Okay, with that, I'd like to make a motion to approve, sorry, lost track where I'm at, to approve item 2.1 with staff's recommendations and highlighting the DRC 8 planning and zoning requirements and the 8 engineering review requirements from the DRC held on a variety of dates. I don't know how else to reference that, there's no date.
Can we reference the S218?
That's the file number that's
Just the
already.
file number?
Yeah, it's just
It
the
wouldn't
file
do.
number.
Okay, so motion to approve by Adam,
I'll second.
a second by Lauren. Andrew,
Yes.
Lauren,
Yes.
Adam,
Yes.
Jackson,
Yes.
Perry,
Yes.
and Chris.
Yes.
Okay, and that motion passes. Item 2.2, this is a preliminary plat approval for a one-lot subdivision for the Real Salt Lake Training Facility. Brian?
So this is a one-lot subdivision for the RSL training facility. It was combined, created from a couple different parcels. So they are just doing, again, there's a plat, it's a messy plat, but just to create one lot for the entire facility. Pretty simple recommendations, it's all built. They're just trying to do one legal lot at this point, clean it all up. Any questions? Again, no real requirements or infrastructure, because it's all been built at this point, so.
Is the applicant here tonight?
He does not appear to be, so.
Guess not. There's only 3 people left.
Jared doesn't count.
Jared can speak for him, no.
Wrong night, Jared. Wrong night.
All right,
Motion to approve item 2.2?
Oh, public hearing,
Oh, sorry.
sorry,
Go ahead.
yeah.
so this is on for a public hearing. We will go ahead and close public hearing. Andrea doesn't want to make comment. Okay, go ahead.
Motion to approve item 2.2, preliminary plat approval for one-lot subdivision for Real Salt Lake Training Facility.
Okay, a motion to approve by Perry
I'll second.
and a second by Andrew. Is that right?
Correct.
Okay, Andrew,
Yes.
Lauren,
Yes.
Adam,
Yes.
Jackson,
Yes.
Perry,
Yes.
and Chris.
Yes.
And that motion passes. Okay, we are on to our legislative items. Item 3.1, this is a text change to the Land Development Code to revise the home occupations chapter. Brian?
All right, so we talked a little bit about this in our work meeting a couple weeks ago, so this has got the changes in it that we talked about. So the text up here is just the text with the changes. You have the whole text in your packet. Again, we added the requirement for the hours of operation, and that's a requirement that would be for any home occupation, whichever category they fall under. We also added this. We have what we call home occupations in agricultural zones, what we also call special home occupations. But we realized they were not a conditional use, and we wanted to make sure that they were. These are, if you're on a larger lot in an agricultural area, you can have employees come to your home, do work outside the home. It allows for a little more use like that on your property, but we wanted those to be a conditional use and come to the Planning Commission. So we just added that to that paragraph. That was something new we hadn't talked about a couple weeks ago. Again, then we have the daycare and the home group instruction. I think the only thing we really added to this was under group instruction, Number 2, we added the group shall be 3 or more students at a session. Again, other than that, they have very similar requirements. You can't have, limits it to 2 sessions a day for preschool or tumbling classes. Can't be prohibited if you have a shared driveway situation. Anything else? Play areas in the backyard have to be fenced, that kind of thing, so. Again, the daycare requirements were already in there, we just kind of tweaked them a little bit for the home group instruction, as we're calling it, so.
Okay.
All right, any questions on that? I think that's everything we talked about last time, so.
Okay. So this is on for a public hearing. Anyone wishing to make comment on this item? Okay, we will go ahead and close the public hearing. And whoever makes the motion, this is a recommendation to the city council. So you just need to make sure you put that in your motion.
See, I'll make a motion that we recommend to city council approval of item 3.1.
Okay. Motion by Jackson,
I'll second that.
a second by Adam. Chris,
Yes.
Carrie,
Yes.
Jackson,
Yes.
Adam,
Yes.
Lauren,
Yes.
and Andrew.
Yes.
Okay, and that has been passed on for approval to the city council. Okay, our last item of the evening, item 3.2, adoption of the Herriman Hills Open Space Master Plan as an element of the general plan.
Hello, good. Save the best for last tonight.
Yes.
So this is just requesting your recommendation to City Council for the Herriman Hills Master Plan become an element of the Herriman City General Plan. We talked about it last time. Any questions?
Okay, I guess, right? Oh, sorry,
Sorry.
go ahead.
Last time I had pointed out to Bryn some corrections as far as just the directionality of where Herriman lies in relation to other ones.
Yeah, and we showed those to the consultants.
She's made those changes.
Okay, that's been revised.
I had one other question. On some of the maps in Appendix A, I just noticed this last time. There, in the zoning, it says it's R115, and then it also says trails only in other maps. So there's kind of a mix of uses in those 2 spaces. Is that meant to be trails go through the R115, or is that?
So when I looked at that area, it was all zoned as either FR1, FR2.5, or RC.
So if it says a trails area in green over that, that's an overlay that works with it, is that correct?
The trails wouldn't have any effect or change on the zoning. The trails would be allowed in any zone as a public use. So the underlying zoning is really irrelevant. And this wouldn't change that underlying zone.
Okay, so it doesn't change the zoning, it's just, okay.
Nope.
Any other questions? Okay. So this item is on for a public hearing. Okay. We will go ahead and close the public hearing. Okay, any discussion on this? And once again, this is a recommendation to the city council.
So I guess there was, we did receive some information from one resident that was concerned about, that email that came out this afternoon in regards to that. Is there anything we can do with the plan? I mean, is it, yeah,
I know Wendy
recognize.
looked into that a little bit, yeah, so she can,
Yeah, maybe
she should be able to answer
kind of help.
that.
Are you aware of that email that we received?
I received it at the same time you did and frantically tried to do some research on the area because it kind of hit me out of the blue.
Yeah.
Those are really operational things, and we always have user conflict when public open space backs up to residential areas. I'm happy to look into it. I spoke with law enforcement today, and they are monitoring those areas, and I've talked to Herriman PD today, and they will continue to monitor those areas and
I'm
see.
assuming as some of the, as we get trails and stuff, it's probably going to help cut down on some of that situation where
Sure.
you get more
More
traffic
people.
and more people out there. That
Correct.
type of situation should actually
Yeah.
improve
Absolutely.
because of this. Okay.
Okay.
That's all I have. Okay, I'd like to make a motion that we recommend for approval, item 3.2, the adoption of the Herriman Hills Open Space Master Plan as an element of the general plan. Again, a recommendation for approval to the City Council.
Okay,
Second it.
that was Chris? Okay, so a motion by Adrian, second by Chris. Chris?
Yes.
Harry?
Yes.
Jackson?
Yes.
Adam?
Yes.
Lauren?
Yes.
I'm sorry. Andrew?
Yes.
I'm good. Okay. That has been sent off to the City Council as a recommendation of approval. All right, item 4, any comments that need to come before the board? Okay. Our future meetings, we have a City Council on Wednesday, August 22nd at 7 p.m. Then we do have a joint work meeting with the Planning Commission and City Council on Thursday, August 30th at 6 p.m. And then our next Planning Commission meeting is on Thursday, September 6th at 7 p.m. Get a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Motion by Adam and a second
By Chris.
Chris. All in favor?
Aye.
We are adjourned.